Hello folks, it's Jack here from Peach Guitars. It's my great pleasure today to be joined by the man, the myth, the legend that is the great Jeorge Tripps from Dunlop Manufacturing. Way huge, really esteemed, really profound pedal designer throughout the past couple of decades, I would say, and you're still churning out great work.
Thank you. It's fun churning.
Yeah, no, I really wanted to stress the point of how kind of important your contributions have been to the guitar pedal industry over the past couple of decades, and it's great to see that you're still really enthusiastic about new designs and new ideas and stuff like that.
It's a fun gig.
Yeah.
You know, beats digging dishes.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine so. So part of the reason Jeorge is here today is we've got a little bit of an evening session with him tonight in the shop. So he's going to be answering questions from some of our customers and stuff like that. But we've got him for the afternoon as well. So we wanted to just focus a little bit on some of the new pedals from Dunlop, MXR and Way Huge for 2019. So you can see them behind us there. We've just picked out 5 of kind of the heavy hitters for this year. And you're going to hear some playing clip examples as well of these pedals. But as we've got Jeorge, we just wanted to focus on the thoughts behind them, where they came from, and perhaps even where they're going to be going in the future. So, where would you like to start, sir?
We should probably just start in the middle there, the Billy Gibbons Octavia there. It started as Billy. Billy was using the cheese wedge Octavio and a 7-band EQ and kind of wanted his own thing. And the funny story is when we were kind of getting it together, our guy working with him in Nashville, it's like late at night, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm actually literally in bed. Oh, I see the phone ring. Oh, Joey's calling me. It's got to be important. I pick it up. He's like, hold on a second. Next thing, I'm like, crap, Billy's on the phone.
That voice.
Yeah, and so, we talk for like 45 minutes and get all the stuff together. And my thought was like, hey, he likes the cheese wedge. He likes the 7-band EQ. I could spend many months just noodling around trying to get a tone knob that will do. He was just sort of cutting some high end. I'm like, let's just give him the whole 7-band EQ and sort of put that together. And it's a limited run. I'm not sure how many off the top of my head. You'd have to ask. You guys might know.
Don't look at me.
I should know, but
it was something I was excited to see. So it's called the Siete Santos,
yeah,
right? Something like that. Yeah, it's not my native tongue, but really cool concept for I've seen the kind of graphic EQ starting to wean its way into certain drive pedals and stuff like that before, but on an octave fuzz is really
it's pretty cool. I mean, Billy just used it to cut some high end, so he's just kind of pulling down the 6K and the 3K, but you can get some really unique fuzz tones getting very, exaggerated with cutting or boosting frequencies, so it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you know better than most people out there about the amount of kind of variations in fuzz circuits. It can't be that great, really. Really it's just tone shaping and EQ a lot of the time.
That's distortion. How you clip it and then pre and post EQ.
Yeah, so you've got that right on the surface of a great fuzz pedal, and it looks incredible as well.
Yeah, it's totally. And then Billy did the art, so it just came out really rad.
One of our guys, Luke here, had to ask, is that some kind of reference to his beard?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't around for that part of it. I really just worked on the, getting the circuit and
the inside.
The inside and the.
Well, let's hope so, because it looks great anyway. So that's a great start, and that's really kind of a good example, I think, of what you do really well, which is vintage-inspired designs, but just modernise them and make them usable. So that's a good start. Where else would you like to go? Do you want to talk about the MXR stuff?
We can jump around. We can talk about the Raijin Drive, since that's another guest designer, if you will. We did another pedal with Shin Suzuki, the Dumbloid guy from Japan.
Right.
It's his own design that's... he's trying to get the distortion sounds. I think, if I remember what he said correctly, was from, the 80s, which were like, the DS1 distortion, the sonic distortion from Ibanez. It's not a clone of the circuit, but those were inspirations for the sound. So it's got an overdrive mode and a distortion mode. You can switch between. It really shifts the amount of gain and where the tone stack feels.
Okay. I remember from playing it that it makes a big difference in the feel and the response as well.
I actually find if you put it in the distortion mode and bring the gain way down, I kind of like that better as an overdrive than the overdrive.
Okay.
Just me personally.
Yeah.
Just experimenting.
Well, it all depends what you're plugging the thing into as well, doesn't it? Yeah. And that's just having a couple of different clipping options, which I assume is what that's doing, is giving you different...
it's shifting the gain. I don't think it's shifting how it clips. It's definitely shifting the tone control and I think the amount of gain, but I don't think it's shifting the clipping.
Okay.
But I have to go back and look at the schematic.
Time with it to know either, but great couple of options to have in an overdrive.
That's cool.
That's really, really nice. And then probably the thing I was most excited to see from this year was the mini carbon copy,
which is basically we shrunk down the mini carbon copy. Has all the same features. We added the bright, which is shifting filters to make it brighter, so you can just hear it in the repeats. And it really started as, can we fit all that in a mini?
Yeah.
It was like, let's try it. Just try it. So we spent some time a good year before just sort of going, hey, let's see if it fits. And it's like, hey, it fits, great. And then it kind of went down all right, how do we bring this into the line? How does it work with the other two, which is the regular carbon copy and then the deluxe?
Yeah, sure. And that's, for anybody that doesn't know, that's kind of one of the big cornerstones, I would say, of your design history, wasn't it? The original carbon copy was such a breakthrough, revolutionary little box because people weren't really that kind of hip to analog delays.
There weren't
in a usable way.
Very few people making them still, so that was the big thing I saw. Was this big hole. So and everyone likes that nice dark warm tone, and it wasn't available.
Yeah, and now it is in an even smaller form factor with all the bells and whistles as well.
The next one would be the Conspiracy Theory, which is the way huge take on that which shan't be named.
Doesn't need to be.
Yeah, no, and it seems, I figured I'd take a stab at it, and it came out nice. I think it looks cool. I think it sounds cool. It's a good overdrive with that. It's got that kind of low mid sort of thing going on with it.
a little bit more high fidelity in a way, isn't it? It seems like there's more. Like, is there more high headroom in the pedal? Or?
No,
It's
pretty straight ahead.
Have you ever tried to tackle that kind of circuit before? Or?
No, it was sort of like we had done it with the Sugar Drive, and so I kind of just went from there and did my own sort of.
Just took some elements. Yeah. Put the way huge touch on it.
Yeah, just made it look cool.
Talk about way huge more coming
up.
And
then the Supa-Lead we came out with at NAMM, which is I had done a run of about 40 pedals for Japan, just experimenting with some of the kind of way I was doing distortion in the Fat Sandwich and tweaking it, and that came out. It sounded pretty good. It just didn't have enough gain, and it was a little too mid-heavy, so I retweaked it and came out with that. So it's a really nice sort of overdrive distortion with some fuzz elements, and it cleans up tremendously with your volume, so it's very touch sensitive.
I seem to remember I found it worked really nice into a crunchy amp.
It worked, and into a clean. It really sort of I like it better into a clean amp and get a little more gain, and then roll the volume back to clean it up.
Okay. Well, it's just...
it likes to be first in line because it impedance on the input. That's how you get the whole volume.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if you put something in front of it, you'll lose that.
Right,
much like a fuzz face.
Yeah, very nice. Well, hopefully you'll hear that in some of the sound clips that you're going to hear in this video. Sums up what we wanted to talk about here. Again, just a smattering of the brand new pedals from Dunlop, Way Huge and MXR. We're going to get in depth a little bit more with Jeorge later on. But thanks so much for taking the time to talk through these 5 pedals so far. I hope you enjoyed the sound clips, guys. And if you want any more info on them, you can find out all the info you want to know at peachguitars.com. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time.